Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. This week, we watched the March 9th, 1998 edition of Raw is War, and the match card is as follows. We have Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman taking on the Nation of Domination, specifically The Rock and Farooq. Barry Windham takes on Owen Hart. Aguila takes on Brian Christopher in a light heavyweight match. We have Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie preparing for their tag team championship match at WrestleMania against the Quebecers. Mark Miro takes on Goldust with Luna and Sable handcuffed to the ring posts. And in our main event, the very short-lived Savio Vega versus Triple H. All right, guys.
Girl.
Hello.
Yes,
if you are new, you are in luck. This is Kelsey. She is returning because she is in a new location. If you're watching the YouTube video and not just listening, but she has moved houses.
Yes, girl.
And
she's moved.
And if you're not new, my name is Xavier, and I'm here to help you out.
But technically, you also were in a new location.
I am. Yeah, I finally I am like a little bit more mobile, so I can record at home instead of always having to do it from work. So it's nice to be able to just be like, I'm done, and like close the computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've always recorded from my dwelling, and Xavier's always recorded from the stew, and like. It was like a fart. So we would end recording so late and then you would also have to drive home. So now we can both be like, close down, close up, close my eyes.
No, 100.
I've seen enough.
100%. Well, we have missed you on the show. I obviously talk to you all the time, but
right. Well, and also please give it up. The solo episodes were so good. I was enraptured. It was the last thing I watched in my previous apartment was your solo episode about like the weekend of just what had happened in wrestling because there was so much. And I literally put it on my TV and I was like, this is the last thing I'm watching in this place. And it was so good. And also, give it up for book club, wrestling book club. I'm not kidding. Like Xavier's calling, like,
I love it.
I like books and wrestling, his two favorite things. And like, I love wrestling book club. I love to discuss a book. I love this. So if you guys are not into the tea, get into the tea. I'm so here for it. I love it so deeply. It's so good.
Thank you.
And thank you for holding down the fort.
Oh yeah, of course. Glad to do it. But if you are interested, we did start a wrestling book club. We are currently reading There's Just One Problem by Brian Gewirtz, who was essentially the head writer for WWE from about 1999, and then he was there for like 16 years. So
crazy.
Yeah. So he's got lots of stories. It's lots of behind the scenes kind of how they got there in a lot of the moments we have all, if you are a wrestling fan, have like come to know and love. It is a little bit all over the place as far as like jumping like time, like years and whatnot. So that can be a little bit confusing if you're not a already an avid wrestling fan. So I can understand that kind of caveat to it, but it's been a lot of fun. And for those of you who are wondering where this week's video, it's coming. I was not home at all this weekend, so I did not get a chance to record one, but it is coming. So stay tuned for that. And yes, I think you guys are really going to enjoy the next one because we are going to be delving into a graphic novel.
Which I love. I'm so excited for that. Love a graphic novel.
Me too.
Yeah. But so also while I moved, I'm still getting my setup kind of figured out. So I am holding the mic, so I do apologize. It is giving me powers a little bit. Like
it's the prop, yeah. It's like a light.
It's so dangerous. So I do apologize. And thank everyone for their patience while I figure out this setup. So I'm very excited.
I think it looks great. I love that backlight.
I'm not gonna lie. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie. Living where I lived previously, I loved that apartment, but I couldn't max out my full potential. I think with lighting and decor,
which is really where I thrive. So,
oh my god, thank you. I could cry right now. Coming from like one of the decor masters himself.
I just don't like spaces. I just fill spaces.
I know, but you're very artful at filling out spaces. Um, yeah, so while I figure out this setup, but I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be weird and I kind of like it. So
Love to
thank
see it.
you guys for waiting for me so patiently, but she's back, girl. And I have thoughts about today's episode. I got them.
Amen. So, guys, we are on the road to WrestleMania 14. Thank you all for jumping on and off of the ride to WrestleMania 14 with us.
Thank you.
I can, as a programming note, will assure you we'll probably be doing less interviews during the winter time. That happens to be Kelsey and I's both
busy season.
Yeah, busy season for work. So we'll probably take a little bit of a step back just because there's a lot of coordinating involved in that.
Yes.
And we are really, really just shell of a people.
Yes.
So if you look forward to kind of the rewatch aspect of what we do, you can definitely look forward to a lot more consistency on that end come the end of fall and into winter. But yes. I do hope you have been enjoying the interviews thus far, because we've been having a great time.
I've been having a great time, and I've really been having a great time shocking people with the questions we come up with, because we love to do a deep dive, and like that is the gaggiest part for me, is like when we ask a question, they're like, what? Like, right. So
it's because we're interviewing like independent wrestlers, so it's not like there is a little bit of work involved to like get the goodies, you know what I mean?
But I like that.
No, I love it. So, and hey,
yeah,
I'll take the compliment anywhere we can get it. So.
Yes, and also, yeah, any other independent wrestlers who want to come on the show, I mean, we would love to have you. And also, if you have been on the show, if you guys don't know this, but sometimes, or we give a little gift to people who come on the show. If we're on the show and waiting on a gift, it's because I moved. They are coming. I swear, I am as good as my word. I promise you. They're coming. It's just because I had to move very quickly, unexpectedly also. Yes. So it's happening, I promise.
Life be lifing. But all right, guys, let's get into this episode of Raw is War. All right, so we're going to open up with a tag team match with the kind of newly associated team of Steve Blackman and Ken Shamrock. We love this team. This team makes sense.
Absolutely.
This is really kind of just a match that's going to serve the greater purpose of building the Ken Shamrock, The Rock feud heading into WrestleMania, because they will be contesting over the Intercontinental Championship. So Steve Blackman comes out and does his little entrance, and boy, did he gag me with his like glow in the dark like sticks. Steve Blackman came out ready for a rave, and I was really not expecting it, considering he's wearing bowling shoes to the ring.
No, 100%. Which is one of my noses I hate. And I think we talked about this actually the last time we saw him, because they have him in these like literal like bowling shoes. And it's like, and you said it, you were like, at least put him in like the bandaged barefoot. Like I would even rather receive that.
Because at least it like fits the style of like what he's doing in the ring.
At least put him in just a black shoe. Why the maroon and the whatever? But he looked exactly like of a pantomime of Terry Crews in White Chicks, where the racing, because even I think Terry Crews is just wearing black pants and no shirt,
right? And it's just
like doo, 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 doo. If he had a whistle,
my god,
he was turned up. What are those? The bow staffs, like
oh yeah, he's great with them, but I was just more like enthralled that they were glow in the dark. Like I couldn't get over it.
And you know what? He was hype as shit about it. And God bless,
as he should.
When the lights went down, he was like,
oh, because now's your time to shine, baby. Like
he said, you're a wizard, Harry.
You can't have glow in the dark props and not be like over the top with them.
I'm not kidding.
Right.
You better give it to me. And thank God he did.
No, absolutely. So this match saw the hard launch of the People's Elbow. We have been seeing it kind of like the formations of it over the last couple weeks. But on commentary, they officially call it the People's Elbow at the request of The Rock. And I love to see it. We love to see these like formative kind of things. Or at least I do. I eat that up. So now I know that the People's Elbow hard launched on March 9th, 1998 for your trivia at the bar.
For your bar trivia. I was literally thinking that. I
love it. Blackman's getting a lot smoother in the ring. He's getting a lot more comfortable, it seems.
For sure.
There's still, learning curves that you're going to get, like, everybody's got to do them. He happens to be doing them on, like, national television, which probably would be less the case nowadays, considering there's much more of a developmental kind of aspect to WWE. So by the time you get to the main show, you should be polished. This is 1998. It's the Wild Wild West.
Which I kind of miss that, though. I kind of miss, like sink or swim. Like, we just throw you to the wolves.
Because it feels more like a variety show. You know what I mean? Like, it as where now today, it feels like I am receiving a finished product.
Yes.
Whereas back then, it really felt like I was like, some segments, knock it out of the park. Some segments, absolute hot ass garbage. But that's the game you play with the variety show. Some acts are great, some acts not so much.
Are not so great. Wait, this is great because can we tangent for 1 second? Because I want to know your take on this. So we preparing for a recent interview we did, I was watching old interviews of certain wrestlers, and a question they were posed was, if AEW and WWE called you at the same time, who are you signing with? Like, off the rip. And this person answered like WWE immediately. Like, they were like, I've seen how they work and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, the thing is, I would kind of want to do a stint at AEW just because I feel like you can get away with more weird shit.
Yes.
Like, and I want to get away with weird shit and then maybe like go to the polished whatever. Right. And that's assuming I'm good enough to eventually make it there. But it's if you've called me once, you might call me again. Like, I don't know. I kind of want to go over there and do some weird shit and then maybe graduate. Right. You know what I mean?
Well, that is like the big draw for AEW as far as like wrestlers is concerned, is that it is more free form.
Which I like.
While Tony Khan like books the shows still, like the angles, the promos, all of that is kind of still in the day of Attitude Era WWE, where it's like that responsibility is on the wrestlers, which is can be both good and bad. Because now reading the the book from the writer, I kind of have a better understanding of like how writers are used. So in terms of like what can happen is like a wrestler could have like this great promo and all this like points that they want to hit, but they don't necessarily have a bigger picture of like what the whole show looks like, as in who else is doing similar promos, trying to hit similar points, like something like that. And it's like that kind of where the writers kind of like mitigate that sort of thing. But you also have way more say in what you're doing. So it's like the investment as far as the buy-in from a wrestler is, I feel like, going to automatically be more in AEW, as far as it's their idea, they have to make it work. Whereas in WWE, sometimes it's not always your idea. Sometimes they need you to say something a certain way, or like plug a certain thing, or hit certain points. And it's like AEW just doesn't have that kind of same polish or requirements.
That makes sense to me, which I feel like is why I would want to go almost to AEW first, because to kind of like really learn like that element of it. And then like when you get a little bit more seasoned in the game, you can be like, okay, now you guys can tell me what to say, because like
also AEW as a whole does take care of the wrestler more than in WWE.
Work.
Like AEW pays for travel expenses, hotel rooms, things of that nature.
I'm saying, I was a little bit like, I don't know, I want to go over there and see what they got going on, and then maybe. Okay, amen. I just had to know your thoughts about that.
Oh no, please. Anytime you want a tangent, it's our show. We can do what we want.
Per
Shamrock looks like $1,000,000 in this. Again, that's I think the point of this match is to make Ken look strong going into the title match. Of course, as in true Attitude Era fashion, the entire Nation of Domination jumps into the ring, thus forcing the disqualification. And we see this kind of interaction between The Rock and Farooq, where Farooq is in the corner, like wailing on Ken, and The Rock kind of grabs Farooq by the shoulders, like pushes him aside, and is like, I got this. Like, let me get my hands on him. Let me get my licks in. And Farooq goes, okay, you got it. And then he turns to the other guys. He goes, he's got it. Don't worry. You don't have to do it. You're done. You're done for the evening. You hit the showers. So Farooq and the boys start exiting the ring. Of course, The Rock starts getting his licks in on Ken Shamrock, and Ken Shamrock turns that right around very quickly with a belly to belly. And Farooq is like literally stopping the other members of the Nation from coming down to the ring. He's like, oh no, he's got it.
No, he said he had it.
This is a little tough love situation, as in put your money where your mouth is. So and he got his ass beat. So Ken Shamrock hits the belly to belly. They roll out to the outside of the ring. He puts The Rock in the ankle lock. And that's kind of where we're left with just The Rock basically like screaming and the Nation just hightailing it up to the top of the ring. And we're like, okay, well, here we go.
Yep. And guess what? I agree.
Furthers the dissension, furthers the hype for the WrestleMania match. Checked all the boxes.
Absolutely. And I at first didn't understand what was happening. I was like, why is Farooq stopping him? I don't get it. And Xavier's like, because he said, no, I got it. So now guess what? You got it. And I'm going to go. And I was like, yes. Like, and I like this switch up because I think before it was just constantly like Farooq getting the shaft. Because I remember the gift thing. I hated that. And then like just all of that mess. I was like, it's nice to see Farooq get a little back, and it's
right. And it makes sense.
Yes.
It feels like a leader move. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like when one of your little like pipsqueaks gets real loud about it, you go, okay, learn. Go ahead.
If the pipsqueak wants to squeak, he's also going to squeal.
Right. Literally. So here we go.
Bye.
And that takes us into a promo segment with Triple H and Chyna. Of course, Triple H addresses Owen. But basically just like uses Chyna to like threaten Owen is kind of the gist of the promo. She's like, he's like, do you see her? You are so lucky that she did not get more involved. And basically he's just like, my bodyguard is going to kick your ass. And you're like, okay, sure.
Period.
If that's a promo, by all means.
And I love it because he said, he was like, and she's going to get really physical with you. And then he like kind of walks in and he goes, but only if she wants to. Right. I was like, okay, consent.
Love that.
Like,
love that.
Only if she wants to. And I was like, okay, period, consent. Love to see it.
Thank you. And then Triple H replays Austin getting super kicked by Shawn Michaels with like it was an early days of YouTube like remix. Like,
yes, with someone falling and it was like ba 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 like
right, and then it like busts into like a song like it practically was that.
It becomes that. You know what a really good one was when the Cups era like
oh god
people getting falling. But was this the part where they turned it into the whip note? Yes. Every time Stone Cold got super kicked, it was a whoosh,
right.
And I was like, kind of like they're making me great. Like this, and
it was funny. Like I can't lie. It was a
whip noise gets me hyped.
It's like one of those things that like is funny, and then you're like, okay, and then it gets funny again because you're still doing it. Like that's how long it was.
Yeah, we were like, okay, literally, we were like, okay, we don't need to show this 100 more times, and then we were like,
all right.
I was like, the whip noise is getting me.
And then we get it cuts to HBK, who is, I guess, at like your local diner, and like because that's where that promo came from.
And
Um,
he is so me.
yeah, no, literally,
He's so both of us.
he talks about like you like that little move I did with Mike Tyson, how like it's all the odds are in my favor. Like he's so like annoying.
He is.
I love it. But then he basically it's just like he addresses Stone Cold and is like, there is nothing special about you. There is nothing that differentiates you from anybody else that's
Which
come
is
from
such a lie.
It's a bold faced lie.
It was dumb.
Yeah, it was not his finest promo.
No.
But we also have to take into account he's about to leave due to injury. Right. So he's probably not thrilled about having to do any of this.
No, it's so true. And when he comes in later, he did not look well.
Well, yes.
He was not looking well.
So after that little segment, Triple H joins commentary for the Owen Hart Barry Windham match. We're still ongoing with this Barry Windham NWA Jim Cornette revival thing. I loved at one point during Owen's entrance, he comes out and like gets in like Triple H's face, or like tries to get in Triple H's face, and Chyna just like interjects her body just in between the two of them like a brick shit house, and it's like, period, do something. I wish
she would interject her body in between what I've got going on, but that's just me.
But I loved it though. I love that she just it was like so it like, I don't know, it built her up in the best way, because it was just like she was just like daring him to hit her. You know what I mean? He's like, do it.
And I wish a bitch would. Like, when is she gonna get in there? I'm not kidding. Like, I almost Googled, like, when does Chyna start fighting bitches? Because, like, I just, like, because we
still don't have a women's division yet.
I know, it's booty cheeks. I hate it. Like, where are my girls at? Like, whatever, fine. But because I also know that it's a rough road until we get to
where we're at now.
Wrestling. Right. Yes, but I just love her so much. And someone had a sign that said, Chyna is my dad. And same. My father figure, if you were to ask me, it's 100%. Chyna, the eighth wonder of the world.
So during this match, we see the beginning of some technical difficulties
they really sold me. I was like, oh, what's happening? Because also we bootlegged this episode.
Listen, Netflix. I'm not ashamed of Netflix. This is your fault. I gotta go out here and find it on the internet because you acted a fool. So if I'm finding your shit on other platforms, it's because you fucked up.
And I'm not gonna say where we found it, because God forbid they take that shit down. No, and it is the highest quality, most uninterrupted, beautiful feed we've yet had. Sometimes I have more problems over at Netflix sometimes than I did on this stream. So whoever did that, I'm not gonna name names because you better stay
but I love
we're on the internet.
We'll be gatekeeping that one. Thank you.
Absolutely. But yeah, they really got me. I was like, oh God, this, like, why is there always technical difficulties? What is this? Blah blah blah. They really got me.
Love it. So we can attribute these ongoing technical difficulties later on, and we will. So Triple H at one point on commentary makes fun of Owen Hart's big nose, and JR just goes, "You might not want to." And Triple H is like, "What are you trying to say?" And JR is just like, "Oh, nothing. Never mind."
What do you mean? What do I mean?
No, literally.
Maybe you could sniff out the truth. What, like,
crazy.
And the best part was, I think JR was gonna say, like, you shouldn't throw stones in glass houses. Like, what a specific.
Fully.
You are part of the big nose gang, and I think you should be quiet.
No, 100%. He said, you over there with the bonus proboscis, let's relax. All right.
with a two-piece and
that's nuts.
With a two-piece and a medium drink.
That's amazing. So Owen Hart attempts a sharpshooter when Jim Cornette gets involved on the outside of the ring. He goes to like address that, ends up getting knocking Barry Windham onto the outside of the ring. They're fighting all the way around into the area in front of the commentary desk. Windham gets thrown in the ring. Owen is climbing his way up. And of course, in true Attitude Era fashion, Chyna reaches up, hits him with the low blow from behind, him being Owen, thus forcing the disqualification in our second disqualification ending of the evening, 2 for 2.
In our second match.
We are 2 for 2. So great stuff. Leads to the WrestleMania match. Owen rolls his ankle, which we didn't really catch during the match, but they sure as shit made sure we found it.
Why do they do that?
They love it.
When I tell you his ankle was a 90-degree angle, and then they paused and let you feel how horrible that looks. I turned away.
Yeah.
Looked back, still on the screen. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Like, we did not
we have
need
to,
this.
We're censoring flipping the bird, but not a literal broken ankle. Like, we need to, madness. I don't know, we need to reevaluate what we're doing here.
So this match, this segment, I guess, concludes with Bradshaw coming down to the ring to get him some of Barry Windham. As we know, if you don't know, if you're new, they are formerly a tag team they were the New Blackjacks. They were like essentially this like cowboy-y,
I already forgot what
big mustached kind of scenario.
Big mustache scenario.
I love a big mustache scenario.
You are a big mustache scenario.
Thank you. No, but so that tag team was split with the formation of the new NWA, basically leaving Bradshaw out in the cold, and also happened at the detriment to Bradshaw, because he ended up getting attacked in the whole hubbub anyway. So he's coming to get his licks back, and we love to see it.
Listen, I love a revenge plot.
100%.
I'm here for it.
Next, that takes us to a backstage interview with Jerry Lawler. Very rarely is it Jerry Lawler back there doing the backstage interviews.
Interviewing Paul Bearer and Kane. I was like, really?
What a combo.
He was the dog we chose for this fight? Okay.
100%. So Jerry asks about The Undertaker, and Paul cuts him off immediately. He's like, I don't want to talk about The Undertaker. I want to talk about what Kane did to Vader. And then they go in and show like all the multiple tombstone pile drivers, the like tool to the face, and then they show Vader, and like has like all of this like bruising all over his face. He's like wrapped up. He looked like Vince McMahon going to the steroid trial. He was a mess. So he was a mess. He looked a mess.
Well, okay, answered if whether or not that was a real wrench. My God, he was like busted open. And honestly, it was really funny because I was like, you don't want to talk about The Undertaker? And then I was like, actually kind of glad he reminded us about the Vader match. Right. I forgot. Right. So okay, thanks.
So as this interview is like going on, we hear these like banging noises coming from behind the trio. And Paul keeps stopping what he's saying to be like, yo, chill. And Jerry's like, hey, wasn't me. And then that happens a few more times, and Jerry's still like, girl, my hands are here. like I'm not doing that. And then the basically the backstage segment ends when the entire row of like wooden cabinets just starts like opening and closing of their own volition, which is insane.
And again, I'm like, but how? How they do that?
I love it.
Girl, this is movie magic. This is MGM Studios, the Backlot Tour. What is going on? I am so here for this. I am turned. I am seated. I am like, this is storytelling. I am so obsessed with this. Every single detail is we're pushing the story. Like the technical difficulties with the broadcast, the jumping of the bench seats, the weird like dimming of the lights. Like I just like,
And it even carries over into like the next segment or the next match rather, which is Aquila, who gets joined by Taka Michinoku, the light heavyweight champion, and Brian Christopher, who's accompanied by Jerry. So Jerry, while he's making his entrance with Brian Christopher, is like spooked. He's like looking around. He's like genuinely like, I don't like that. I don't like
Freaks
that.
Me out.
You know when like something scary happens and you gotta like skirt to the next room.
No, I'm not kidding. Literally, okay. So this just happened while we were watching. There was a cricket on my bed, and we had to pause, and I had to remedy that. Just now, the mic cord touched my toe a little bit, and I was like,
yeah.
I freaked out, and so now my feet are like suspended because I'm just like,
no, I know it's the
vigilant. But thank God, like, and +1 to Jerry for selling it like that, because he walked out there immediately and I was like, oh, and then he was like, and I was like, okay,
I'm right,
okay,
love that. So Brian Christopher comes down to the ring. He does that thing where he makes out with his bicep and turns to the camera and goes, I look good and taste good too.
I missed that. And okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me while I clear my baby barf. So like that's absolutely insane. Brian Christopher, of course, starts the match with a sneak attack. We learned that Aquila has the flu, which is insane, and he's out here doing the most as luchadors do. He hits Brian with a corkscrew plancha and followed it up to essentially like a reverse DDT. So if you are a wrestling fan, if you've ever seen AJ Styles or Nathan Frazier do the move where they essentially do the backflip they catch their opponent's head and then drop them down into the DDT, the reverse DDT, it's essentially that move. But he does it from the outside of the ring onto the ring ramp, which was insane. All while having like 101 degree fever and the flu.
And they were like, we didn't think he'd be able to come out here, but here he is. I was like, okay, so he's not better. He just came. Like, they didn't say like, but he recovered. They were like, but he came out anyway. And we were like,
right. The technical difficulties continue with the lights begin to start flickering in and out of the arena. The sunset flip power bomb that Brian does to Aquila on the floor. Oh, that was brutal. That was absolutely insane.
Every time he does it, it makes me feel eek. I'm like,
no,
every time.
I cannot. So Aquila then from there gets Brian Christopher in a bow and arrow kind of submission move, which sets up this kind of like on the apron interaction between Jerry and Taka Michinoku. They go back and forth. Jerry gets the better of Taka for a moment. He goes up, and Aquila happens to be climbing the ropes at that time when Jerry knocks Aquila off, only for the referee to be like, hello, I see you.
Like,
once again, in true Attitude Era fashion, forcing the disqualification. That's 3 for 3. Thank you.
3 for 3. Was there one?
One full match? Yes, there was. At just one.
I know which one it is.
So yeah. So that again, it continues the Taka Brian Christopher feud, mostly because there are literally like
nobody
participants in the light heavyweight division. So carrying that feud on.
I love Taka Michinoku. He didn't even wrestle today, but I saw him out there and I was like, hey, boo.
Love that.
Good to see ya.
Taka ends up knocking Brian Christopher off the apron into the unwaiting arms of his father. And they both hit the deck, and that's where the segment kind of leads us.
Obsessed.
So next, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin arriving to the building, finally, after they've cut to that door 9 times in the first hour.
Busted, crusty hallway. And they're like, we've got eyes on the door waiting for Stone Cold.
I was like, I don't need to have eyes on the door if you have eyes on the door.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's cool. You can just tell me about it. Right, we don't all need to watch.
I don't need to see him literally open a door. Like, unless he's Aragorn, like, I'm good.
Period. Oh my God.
Like, I don't need to be made aware of anybody opening a door.
Yeah, no.
So he comes straight from that entrance, all the way down to the ring. And he's like, you know what? I'm pissed off. And I was like,
And
you know what? You're so right. And then
par for
so
the
he
course.
goes into talking about, he replays this clip of Vince McMahon introducing Mike Tyson, calling him like undoubtedly, like unequivocally the baddest man on the planet, which is his moniker. It's what he goes by. But this
Yeah.
is not boxing. We are in Stone Cold's world, and you just insulted this man because in Stone Cold's world, he is the baddest bitch in town, and no other arguments are valid.
He's head cheerleader girl.
Right.
I don't care how well you can tumble somersaults over that other schoolgirl.
No, baby. So sorry.
Nope.
So basically, he goes on to address Vince McMahon. Is like, you insulted Stone Cold, and I'm not gonna have that. So basically, he stages a sit-in, and he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere until Vince McMahon gets his beady little ass down here and looks at me and explains himself. And then we get the Stooges, the cronies of Vince McMahon.
Mama.
We get Sergeant Slaughter, the commissioner. Pat Patterson comes out with some.
We get every person except Vince.
Right. And then it cuts to like Vince in like backstage and he'd be looking scared. He's like, I don't wanna. And we even cut to a commercial break and he's still just sitting in the ring. He's not going nowhere. So then he's like finally like eventually I guess the people in the back convince Vince because hey, how many people are we going to send out here? And he's goes on to talk about how Vince was like following Mike Tyson around, like blowing smoke up his ass, like talking about how great he is, this, that, and the other. And he's like, and it makes me sick. And you're like, oh my God, here we go. Flips. He calls Vince McMahon to the ring for a verbal undressing, only to then just be like, and you're not going to do anything about it, so you can just take your ass to the back. Like I literally just brought you out here to ream you out in public so that everybody saw. I ripped your little outfit, and I'm going to send you on your way. And you're not
kidding.
And you're like, and then he's like, what are you going to do? Fire me? He's like, WrestleMania is in like 3 weeks. You ain't going to do nothing. And you're like, I love it.
It was so crazy.
These are the things that are the things that made Stone Cold so popular because who at one point or another has not wanted to say that shit to their boss?
Not kidding.
It's we all can relate to that and we all can buy into that because it's finally like he's doing it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's good television, baby.
And that's
if you can take a scenario that is that ubiquitous and make it essentially a character trait, love it. Love to see it.
It's so good. It's so crazy because he literally does a verbal undressing and an actual undressing because he literally rips his clothes, rips his clothes. But the way he flips him off, it was so great because he was like, Vince McMahon was like, Vince was like, it's not a euphemism, but it's a figure of speech. He goes, it's a figure of speech. And he goes, oh, here's a figure of speech for you, and flips him off.
I love it.
And I will say this was like really like Stone Cold is good generally all the time, whenever, but this was like really extra good. Like he was like really on, and he had to. Like, I was thinking about how long he was out there and how many people he had to interact with before he actually got to actually undressing Vince. And I was like, and he didn't stutter, stammer, pause, not one time. Like, again, we went to commercial break. Like, he was keeping it running the whole time.
Right.
So good.
Right.
He's so good. And literally, he's like, come out here. You're a bitch. Bye. Now get out.
Yeah, crazy work. And he goes and he kind of like plants the seed where he's like, you don't want me to be champ. that's why you're allowing all of this to happen, is you don't want me to be the face of your company, so you are going to be, so you're just cool with Mike Tyson joining up with Shawn Michaels, as if Vince also can't stand Shawn Michaels running
Shawn
around.
Michaels. I'm not kidding though, but it's so true, because it's like, why?
It's the lesser of the evils to Vince, you know?
Right. And it's like, okay, well then why is Shawn Michaels not in trouble for doing what? Because he was pissed when Mike Tyson had the DX shirt on. He was livid. And so it's like, how come? And it was crazy too, because Stone Cold, and here's why I love that Stone Cold did this, because calling him out, like bringing him out to call him out in front of everyone, is like, again, adds that layer of like realness to his character, where it's like, I will say that shit right to your face.
Right.
I'm not just talking shit behind closed doors. I will literally bring you out here and say it to everybody in front of your face. And I think the reason you're really not giving me anything is because you don't want me to be the face of the company. And he literally goes, if you want me to be the face of the company, can I get a hell yeah? And like the audience gives a hell yeah, but not Vince.
Right.
And he's like, no, I'm asking you. Like, I want you to tell me. And he goes, no, I think I've seen enough of this.
Right.
Like, it's so good.
I love it. So that takes us into our next match, which is the Quebecers taking on Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie. This is the, I believe, only full match that happens. This is the only match from bell to bell is a whole match. It starts on the outside. They're all, as is Cactus and Chainsaw's specialty. The TV starts cutting out. Like full squiggles, full, like, we lost a couple seconds. We're like, oh,
white noise. Yeah.
Commentary is selling it, as they're doing. Oh, I said these powder blue outfits were certainly something from the Quebecers today. They were really, I don't
get it.
It was a choice.
It's such a choice.
It certainly was. Because it's just like, there's nothing like, I don't know. I'm cool with like an accent, like of a fun color.
Sure.
But like they really channeled my mom, where you like pick one color and you ride it. Like that is your personality that day, and that day they chose powder blue.
And for why? And for what? And for whom?
Well, because they're like giant Canadian men, just like sausaged into these like light blue like suits, and I'm just like, what are we doing?
And the one is like supposed to be emulating a pirate, like,
I think
so. Philip Lafitte, right? Whatever,
right?
So why are we wearing the blue spacesuit? It was kind of like when Farooq did the blue spacesuit in the weird Trojan helmet, and we were like, what is this?
Right. This doesn't feel natural.
This? That makes no sense. It's the same thing. I was like, I kind of forgot that but the thing is, okay, and this is going to be a read, and I'm sorry, but their normal outfit isn't that memorable either. So I was like, is this not what they normally wear? I don't even remember, but it's normally red, right?
Yeah, it's normally like a red top, like black pants.
Right. Which.
Sure.
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 I don't know.
So the match continues. The Quebecers end up like colliding. Cactus takes advantage of it, picks up the victory. But what really is kind of the creme de la creme of this segment is Road Dogg comes out in his little like arm brace. He calls Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie the bubonic plague, because he was like his neck was injured last week, and now his arm is like in a sling.
That's not how the bubonic plague works, by the way.
100% not.
You die.
He basically lures Cactus Jack out of the ring so that Billy Gunn can run in from the crowd, grab a chair from an announcer, timekeeper, or whoever's on the ringside area, and smacks the ever-living shit out of Chainsaw Charlie in the back. And you're like, all right, well, there you go. And
at least we know Terry can take it.
And we had to know that there was going to be some comeuppance after Chainsaw and Jack were in the dumpster last week. So we knew it was coming, but, at least we got a bell-to-bell match.
This is true. And Billy Gunn really needs to give up that Padawan-ass ponytail. I hate.
Not going anywhere.
He's
not going anywhere.
It's the same thing when you warned me about the braids. You were like, those those are just prepare yourself. They will be there for a while.
They will be here. The look that they chose is the look that they have. So
And I don't and you want to know the thing is, I don't mind the looks, like the fits. It's just the hair that really grinds my gears. But man, that Jedi Temple ass special haircut is
100%
sinister.
Yeah, no, he's
sinister.
He's channeling Clone Wars.
Girl,
but
what is it? Order 66. Ooh.
So that takes us into our next kind of promo segment, which is Kane and Paul Bear. So Paul Bear finally he earlier in his segment, he's like, we'll address Undertaker out there in the ring. And I was like, okay, fine.
You know, I'll allow it.
So he comes out, he addresses the Undertaker, and he's like, we did you a favor sending you to the dark side. You could have just stayed there in your like weird little emo bliss with your parents and enjoyed that. But no, you had to come back. You had to just show your face. And then he basically compares Kane to an inferno. You know, you get the gist.
Yeah.
And then we get a gong, we get a blackout, we get one of those classic Undertaker just appearances. The lights come up, he's in the ring, gong, blackout, Undertaker's gone.
Girl.
Great stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen him do that.
Oh, I guess you haven't, but
I don't think I have.
Oh, I guess because this is where he becomes supernatural or more supernatural, I guess.
Thank God.
So
I'm so happy to be here.
He'd be popping up. Yeah, he'd be popping up in and out of the
That is hot. I love that.
It's so good.
Oh my God, it's so good. I want to say something I thought I would never say on this show, and that I actually thought this Paul Bearer promo was fierce.
Yeah, I thought
it was really good.
Yeah.
And I also have had a reckoning with my understanding, not my reckoning, but I've really solidified who I feel like Kane could potentially be in my brain. Is that I feel like, because I remember when he first debuted, we were like, is he Zuko? Is he Azula? Because it's kind of uncontrolled. I feel like he's Zuko before he has like the character shift
development.
And Undertaker's the Avatar. And like he's just, and Paul Bearer is like if Uncle Iroh was evil and horrible. It's kind of what it's giving, where it's like he's so powerful, but it's like they have to team up at some point. I can't imagine not at one point down the line the brothers Grimm don't come together. So I'm like, I feel like this is Zuko
that's a good comparison. I like it.
You know, like I love it. And I think you're so right. I think you said this the last time we talked about them, where it's like I love Paul Bearer's character more with Kane.
Yes.
Like it makes so much more sense. But also, girl, this pop out from the under
was sick.
I love this. I love it. This is movie magic. This is what Nicole Kidman is trying to tell me when I go to AMC theaters.
Amen. Amen.
He
was so good.
All dressed up, got his little makeup on, soaked his hair wet just to pop out like this.
And then be gone.
And then leave.
So good.
Incredible. I love this, and I'm so happy we're here. I'm here for this era. I'm not going to waste a single moment. Like I'm gonna really just
bask in it. No, as you should, because it's fantastic stuff. Next we have Goldust with Luna taking on Mark Miro with Sable. Both of the managers will be handcuffed to the ring posts.
I hated this.
Jerry.
I'm sorry.
Jerry. The match hasn't even started. He's way too happy about the handcuffs.
Disgusting.
Just giddy. Just
gross.
Absolutely giddy.
No.
And then into a live microphone, he goes, "My hormones are slam dancing in my pants." Excuse me.
Oh my God.
First of all, you wear tights all the time.
Yep.
we can see what you're slam dancing in your pants regardless. So let's not go there. Thank you very much. Second of all, they are literally just being handcuffed to the ring to not interfere in a match.
You're so disgusting.
They're not pink and furry and attached to a bed. So let's take that misplaced horn and put it literally anywhere else.
Anywhere else. And also, okay, like there's also I don't know if there is a better way to say it, but there certainly has to be better than my hormones are slam dancing in my pants. I feel disgusting saying it. Do you know how pissed off I was writing it?
Right.
That there's a written record of this statement. Right. I have to burn this journal when we're done.
Right.
I was pissed off.
I was like, girl, get a grip. Get a grip.
So nasty.
That's great.
Like, also, what is that? Whatever.
What did it serve? Anyway.
Thank you.
Crazy. Sable clearly wants to get her hands on Luna. She has been itching for that fight, and I love to see it. I love this energy from Sable. I think it's like a depth to her character instead of just being on the apron. Yes. I love it. I can't wait till they actually fight. I think it's going to be great. JR describes the two participants in this match as starved for attention, and I just think that's so fitting because it's starved for attention in like manifesting in very different ways.
Completely.
Whereas Goldust is like, I'm going to make myself outlandish to be the center of attention, whereas Mark Miro's like, I am going to steal attention from someone else to put it on me. You know what I mean? It's a different way of going about it.
Get the psychologist in here. Let's discuss.
Amen. But probably couldn't. Luna, of course, still manages to get involved when she trips Mark Miro on the outside of the ring. Had to see that coming.
Oh my god.
Goldust at one point is creeping on Sable, like in the corner, and she sells it so well. She's like, get the fuck away from me.
No, she's like, don't you dare touch me.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah. Of course, we get a ref down situation. Goldust picks the pocket, frees Luna. Luna then proceeds to grab something and opens it up. It's a little box. And in it, I guess, is a bunch of face paint makeup. And she takes all of it and smears it all over Sable's face. Sable ends up looking like she's about to go into like an army drill at the end of this. She is just like blacked out. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And then she throws a drink in her face for good measure. Sable's just like absolutely fuming, screaming her head off.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. There's a drink, Sable screaming. So once the officials like come out, Sable's like literally screaming in their face to get them out of there, and she then proceeds in the highest heel, like the way this bitch is just be running around in the highest heels. I cannot.
She's like Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic World, where the whole movie she's just in a heel, the whole running from dinosaurs in just like a 4-inch heel the whole movie.
Bonkers. But then that takes us into a backstage kind of interview segment with Goldust and Luna. And basically, they throw out the challenge for WrestleMania for an intergender match between Mark Miro and Sable. Love to see it. Let's get them in there. Let's get the gals in there.
I'm here for that. But I'll be honest, I hated this.
The promo?
No,
the promo was weird.
Well, the promo was weird, but it should be. But this, okay, like, and I understand that I'm coming at this from a lens of it's 2025, but it just felt like I was like, what was the point of this match? Like, other than just humiliating Sable, like I was like, we went through this whole rigmarole of doing a handcuff match. Goldust and Mark Miro barely fight. Like, the whole thing is like just so Luna can rub face paint in her face. Like,
yes.
And then jump. Like, I just was like, what was the point of this? Like, other than humiliating her. And I think I just like had that moment where I was like, I just like hate watching this. Like, I hate watching this happen because it's like, why are we doing, like, I don't know. I just had that moment, and I understand that I'm watching it in the future where it's like, you just could not do that today. Like, or not do it, but like, you would have to do it differently, I think. But it's like, I don't know. I just was like, we went through this whole shit just to handcuff them. They barely fight. And then just to set Luna free at the end. And it's just the face paint and the drink in the face. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, it's the point. It's like, it is, but you gotta remember wrestling. Who are these people? Why are they fighting? Why do I care?
And well, that's what I'm saying too. It like, because it works on me, because I get so mad and like so upset. I'm like, like, how much more are we going to humiliate this woman? Like,
but that's what makes you love her.
Right.
It makes you feel for her.
Well, and it's true, because like, she was the only person I cared about.
Like, because in that whole scenario. Yeah.
Because when Goldust and Mark Miro were fighting, I was like, who do I even want to win? Neither. Like, I really don't care. Like, I don't care about what they're doing. Like, I just I like she like, and yeah.
And so I think this feud is like, the goal of this feud is going to be to propel Sable. Right. And it's taking a very long time to get there, but I can assure you Sable ends up much better off at the end of this than she does when she's in the thick of this.
And it just sucks that, like, again, I had that stupid moment where I was like, it just sucks that she has to like go through all of this, like, just to get propelled. But it's like, again, this is just the times. But also, again, it works on me, because it's like, I just get so mad and I want her to win. Like, I want her to come out on top. I want her to dump her loser man. I want her to like get her lick back on these
streets. And that's the thing, is like, the longer they draw it out, like, when it happens, you're gonna be so fucking hype about it.
I know, like, Sable needs to like finish the story. Like,
I feel I
don't know.
Amen. So that takes us into a basically Mike Tyson recap, aka like, just it was like a documentary style kind of video, I guess. But it essentially is just all of Mike Tyson's appearances since Royal Rumble, and then the media reaction to that. A lot of that. And then we finally get the actual interview. And it's just kind of, how do I say this nicely? Talking is not Mike Tyson's strong suit.
No.
Never has been, clearly. No. And it just, he is just one of those people that I feel like you would protect the like mystique or aura for the kids more if you didn't let him talk so much.
100%. I so get that. And the thing is, talking doesn't have to be his strong suit. It's not that makes him dumb. It's not that it makes him like whatever. It's just sometimes it's just not your gig. And he doesn't need to be good at it. He's good at so many other things. One thing in particular. But it's like, I so get that, where it's like, to the mystique is the best word you could have possibly called it. Like, around him, this energy, this completely. Yeah.
I feel like it just like goes out the window when I'm like listening to him talk, and like, he's not answering any questions. He does the weirdest, scariest laugh when he reveals his D-Generation X shirt. And then JR asks him, like, how can you be fair if you're a part of D-Generation X? And basically he was like, ha ha, he, life's not fair, and then leaves. And then I will say, though, his jacket was bomb. You love that.
It was fierce. It was like a denim Sherpa something, but the Sherpa was on the outside. It was gorgeous. But I agree with you, because I also think like if they had left it more like mysterious, it doesn't, to me, it only adds to the story. Like, because it's like, why did he join DX? Like, and he's not going to tell you, or like, are you going to be fair? Maybe.
Like,
then keep it like
under
one word, like,
wraps.
yes, like more for sure, for sure, for sure.
I get it.
I totally get that. Yeah.
So that one left me kind of a little underwhelmed. But hey, again, he's not the one I need to deliver at WrestleMania. We'll put it that way.
And I honestly think that yes, 100%. And honestly, I think if he was gonna do a promo or an interview or something, he probably should have done it with DX, like so that they could like jump in, or it could be more like
Right.
with people who actually like do this all the time.
Right.
But Shay La Vie.
So that takes us into our main event, which is Savio Vega and Triple H. Savio Vega is in the ring already. Triple H makes his way down. The match begins, I guess, and it basically is in the style of a lumberjack match because every official that works for WWE, as well as all of the Boricuas and the rest of DX minus Shawn Michaels, are just kind of out there, just surrounding the ring. So we're like, okay, cool. Stone Cold comes down almost immediately, knocks over like 3 refs in his path, gets in the ring, starts stunning people left, right, and center. All of a sudden, Shawn Michaels is in the ring because apparently, I guess he was in town, and I guess that diner was in West Virginia. So he comes in, super kicks Stone Cold Steve Austin. They put the beat down on Stone Cold, and the episode ends with Shawn Michaels literally drawing back the chair to swing at Stone Cold Steve Austin as he's being held by Triple H and Chyna.
Incredibly timed.
Incredibly timed. So that's where they leave us.
So crazy. I will say Shawn Michaels came out and he did the super kick, and then he looked in agony. He was like trying to like kick his leg out and like stretch, and I was like, oh, this poor man. Because again, back then, like nobody knew really,
right?
But we know, and it's like hard not to not know. Like,
right, it's hard not to know that his back is literally broken. Like,
oh my god, it's so like you can just see he's in so much pain. And that Chyna, I think, like walked up and like said something to him, and he was just like,
not right now.
Like I'm working it out. I'm working it out. Like just don't say anything to me.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. I get it. Sometimes, honestly, this is me. Like as a whole, like if I am like in any state, pain, emotional, don't check on me. I will lose it. I'll lose it almost immediately because I am such a hard bitch that I'm always trying to like hold it in. That the second someone's like, "Are you?" Can't do it.
you're in the flood zone. You're in the splash zone.
No, 100%.
Well, it's funny. So one time, Crystal and I my roommate and I were driving home from somewhere, and we saw some guy, and we were in like an area where there were bars and things, and there was a guy like on the side of an apartment building, like leaning on the bushes outside, like that, like hanged up, and like Crystal and I were like, do we do something? And I was like, this is between him and God. If we interfere, it'll make it worse. Like, let's just pray for him and wish him well. And he was like alive and breathing and standing and whatever, but you could just tell it was him versus the demons inside, and saying anything to him would have been worse. So we were like, well, Godspeed, sir. Hope you're well. Like,
right. No, 100%.
And that's 100%. Like, don't
do that. Don't do that. But all right, guys. This has been another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. Thank you for watching, listening, subscribing, all of those great things wherever you find us. Stay tuned next week for an interview with post-game Vinny Talata and Mike Walker. A great interview, great guys. So look out for that, and we will catch you on the next one.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.